Avani Bhatt, Senior Vice President at JM Financial. Good morning, ma'am. Thank you for joining us here on News 9. Now, the first week of 2024 turned out to be a volatile one, although we saw a good bit of recovery in the latter half, of the week. But even this Monday morning, we have broken below the crucial support levels of, I think, 21,700. So what are the levels that you will be tracking going forward?
Good morning, Suyash. Good morning, Amit, and a very good morning to all the viewers as well. Nifty actually, what we had discussed last week, it's in line. The price movement is seen in line with that. It is consolidating in this range of 21,500 to 21,800. Now, if you look at the options built up, 21,800 call is gathering a lot of open interest. So the resistance level is strengthening over there. And on the downside, if you look at the short-term trading view, then the 10-day moving average is around 21,590. So that is a crucial support that one needs to watch out for. And in case if that breaks, then the option writers, the put writers support comes at around 21,500. So as of now, the consolidation view continues. It should consolidate between 21,500 to 800, and only on a breach of around 21,500 level, then we may see a sizable correction, maybe probably up to somewhere around 21,200, 150 to 200 level on the downside. And as far as the broader view is concerned, I think this entire rally that we have seen in the last 2 months, probably 95% of that rally is already done. And we may, in case of some positive trigger, we may see the remaining 10% of the rally that can take Nifty to around 22,000. But that's only on the condition that it closes about 21,850, which as of now, looking at the weekly options data as well as the monthly options data, looks a little difficult. So one should be prepared for a sizable downside up to at least around 21,200. But considering the broader view, it's a very good, it's going to be a good, healthy correction, because if this uptrend has to continue, some bit of consolidation is required. And that is what we are looking at it right now.
All right, as the market continues to correct, we are in fact holding above the 21,590 mark so far at least. But what's your view on the banking pack? Now, Nifty Bank has been struggling with 48,000. We closed above it last week, but in fact this morning we have slipped about 50-60 points off those levels. What's your view for Nifty Bank?
Yes, so Big Daddy has always been a laggard in this entire rally. It has been the last participant in the rally. And going forward also, in case if there is no support coming in from Bank Nifty, then it's going to be difficult for Nifty also to scale up to 22,000. As far as the levels are concerned, Bank Nifty, the major support level stands at 47,800 on the downside. And if that level is breached, then we may head towards around 47,400 on the downside. And on the upside, 48,500 remains to be the crucial resistance which Bank Nifty needs to cross in case if it has to scale up higher to around 50,000 level. 49,000 in between is just going to be a mild barrier, a round figure barrier. But above 48,500, we'll be looking at around 50,000 figure. That looks right now a little difficult. On the downside, it should hold on to 47,700. As long as 47,700 level is held on to, I think there will be an attempt to cross 48,500.
Good morning, Avani. Now, last week we had been talking about a sector that has delivered huge returns to its investors, the capital goods sector. And one of the companies that shone out of the pack was Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. Over the last 1 year, the share has gained almost 138% for its investors. Now, as of Friday, HAL joined the elite group of companies with a market capitalization of over 2 trillion rupees. Their stock on Friday jumped to a high, almost 6%, to 3,050. Right now, it is hovering around 3,019 types. It becomes the 7th PSU in India to have a market capitalization of over $2 trillion. Over the last 10 months, the stock jumped, of course, 120%. Last 1 year, 138%. HAL's order book is likely to grow from 0.8 trillion rupees in financial year 2023 to 3 times to 2.4 trillion rupees in financial year 2024. First question, is it going to be, do you think that like BHEL, this stock script is also going to be re-rated? And is it a time to buy when it is around 30.15? It will cross even the last week's high of 30.50.
Yes, so on HAL, our view is extremely positive, but it's on a little longer period of time, say probably in next 3 to 4 months. We are looking at targeting levels of somewhere around 3200 to 3250 on the upside. And any dips in the stock should be used as a buying opportunity. Dips can occur, see, because from short-term trading point of view, there's a lot of open interest built up at 3000 call. And that's why probably we are looking at some resistance, and it had already opened with a huge gap up above 3000 on Friday, but there was no shedding in the 3000 call. So the call writers are steadfast here, and until and unless we see any kind of unwinding happening at 3000, immediate hurdle is between 3000 to 3050. The stock may give a dip up to around 2960. That's a very, very good level to enter into the stock. Long-term view, by long-term, I mean around 3 to 4 months. We are targeting around 3200 to 3250. So view positive, any dips till 2960 should be used as a buying opportunity. And the overall stop loss on this entire trade can be kept at 2870 from where the breakout had occurred.
Avani, you spoke about 3 to 4 months. HAL could benefit almost $60 billion worth of orders in defense of, from aircraft orders from now till financial year 2028. So even for the very long-term investors who want to buy and keep, is it a good stock to get into right now?
Definitely, it's a very good stock. Longer the time horizon, I think it's more lucrative to get into the stock. And one can probably look at buying it on SIP basis, or whenever there's a dip in the stock, one can accumulate the stock. We are targeting 3250 level in 3 to 4 months, but if you have a horizon of 5 years, it's a stock to be accumulated, kept in the portfolio.
And Avni, I'll come to you right away because we are running short of time. Now, Titan came out with its Q3 business update, and revenue overall grew by about 22%. Jewelry segment saw 23% year-on-year growth. But I was reading some of these brokerage views. They, they were saying that the numbers are softer than expected. But the stock has opened higher. In fact, we are at record levels. On a 6-month basis, the stock has given very good returns of about 22 to 25% or so. So what's your overall take on Titan? Is this a stock that one can look to enter, considering that on a 6-month basis we have seen good returns, but a little bit of mutedness in the last 1 month or so?
So Titan again is a stock wherein it's like buying gold. You keep buying the stock, you keep accumulating the stock. If you look at the last few years performance, the stock has risen from its lower levels. So any kind of dip up to around 3700 should be used as a buying opportunity even for short term. And we are targeting around 3800 to 3900 in a very short term. And for such stocks, I think the best thing to do is you keep trailing your stop losses. The stop loss from current level should be kept at 3640.
Okay, Avni, 3640 for Titan. What are your picks for the investors today?
So I'll quickly take you through 5 of the curated stocks for this week that we have taken out. And so first is L&T. L&T one can buy with a stop loss of 3455, and we are targeting 3650. Next is Biocon. Biocon again has given a monthly breakout about 278. So one can keep a stop loss of 277, and it has already seen an open interest addition of 5% last week. So one can add Biocon to the portfolio. Target would be around 350. The third stock is Ultratech Cement. It has seen some kind of selling pressure in last week, and it has come near the support level of 10,000. So around 10,000 level, one can
All
enter
right,
into
I
the
think.
stock for a target of 10. And the other two stocks are Power Grid and HUL. So Power Grid also we are targeting around 254 on the upside, keeping a stop loss of 234. And HUL would be a buy on dips up to around 2590 to 2600. Target would be 2740 and stop loss would be 2570.
All right, those are the short-term trading ideas from Avani Bhatt. Ma'am, always a pleasure speaking to you. Thank you for joining us here on News 9.